Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw. And this, I love it. Let me describe it. Okay, so it's very lush. It's green. It's very pastoral. And there are two deer. There are two deer just in the grasses that you can just barely see. And it's a plane. Is this a photo taken back home, or is this an image? I don't know, that you've gotten through work.
Yeah, actually, you've described it really well. It's a photo that I took on my visit to Shai Hills Resource Reserve, that is basically located in Ghana, Accra. So, yeah, I used to visit a lot of natural spaces in Ghana, so because they have absolutely gorgeous landscapes, and yeah, but this place,
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
yeah, it was really beautiful. It is actually a really beautiful place. So I couldn't help but take that picture, to take that photo, because I thought about what is the meaning of nature in its pure aspect. So just imagine for a second an environment that human beings have not been able to touch or to reach. How does that look like? So when I took that picture, I kept staring at the deers that were there, and they also stare at us like, "Who are you guys? Like, what do you want from me? What are you doing over there?" So it is their own space, actually, that is completely,
Yep.
free of human beings. So, well, it's not to say that I believe that human beings have no place in nature. No, on the contrary, it's just to say that nature deserves its own space. At some point, and is part of a single
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem. So when it comes to preservations and all, like, there are some animals that can't live with human beings, very close, for very close look, but then they need just some form of isolation, in their own space, in their own environment, to kind of evolve,
Sure.
or let's say to continue to live on and preserve the nature in their own way.
Okay. Right. How do we tie all these things together? Like how isolated are you? For example, being in the UK, are there wild spaces that you can go into where you can get away from a reminder of a human imprint?
Yeah, I think here in the UK, it's very much the parks, actually, and the different mountains that I've visited so far, anyway, that kind of reminds me of that green space, that natural space, natural environment, that you can see on this picture. I think at some point it shows that wherever we go, there is still nature, and nature was something that was here millennials before even we appear on Earth. I mean, I suppose that's it. So uh,
Hmm.
we've kind of have to consider that we came into an environment, and we evolve into an environment that is still the same, that is still green. And now it is disappearing
Mm.
a little more. And for me, whenever I look at this picture, at this photo, I always think to myself that there is something we still don't understand about our connections with nature, but we still need to preserve it,
Okay.
even though we don't understand it.
Yep.
It's not a license to destroy, basically, because we ignore and we say, okay, we don't know,
Right.
or we know enough. No, it's always something we need to discover every day.
Mm. Okay, so here's the thing that you leave one context, one environment to go study in a slightly different environment, and then you leave that environment to go to a completely new one in the UK. So then what is your feeling when you go back home and you look back after learning everything that you've learned? How alien do you ever feel, or does that even happen?
Well, I think I no longer feel I don't no longer feel the weight of one culture compared to another, because it kinds of intertwine. It's just the of course the different of
Okay.
environment that kind of reminds me that the other environment had something better, because I always focus on what is better. I don't really look much of what is worse, and but some point I have to. So what? But mostly, what can we do better? That's the question. That's the biggest question that comes to my mind. What can
Mm-hmm.
we do better in this environment as compared to the other environment? Let me give you an example. Recently, when I traveled back to Ghana, then I looked at the environment, and I was thinking to myself, why can't we apply these? I mean, a certain technique, to preserve the environment where we live in, and in comparison to what I saw in the UK at some point. And I started questioning myself,
Mm-hmm.
if it went deeper. So what is needed? Is it money? Is it like minded people? Is it or is it just better policies that we need, right? So, but at the same time, when I come back to the UK, and then I look at the environment, or maybe the relationship between human and animals, or human and plants and trees, I think as well that we should plant more trees because maybe in Africa we have,
Yeah.
of course, it's
Yeah.
natural, but then we have more trees that we can plant even here.
Okay, Lionel. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your time. This has been great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it